Okay, today I thought we'd look at this toy that came out in 1962. It's a battery operated answer game machine, and basically it's a calculator. You can add or subtract numbers, and that pretty much is all it does. This is a mint example in box, all the inserts, everything that came with it. And then over here I actually have a gutted one that we'll take a look at after we've covered this. But long story short, there's over 50 gears in this, and they're all metal. Most of them are brass. It's very complicated, very involved. But let's take a look at the box first. You've already seen the front. Here's kind of a side view. If you want to freeze the video and read that, you can. Your end view. This is going to be exactly the same as what the other side was. Of course, it was made in Japan, 1962. And we're going to open this huge box. You can see all of the original inserts are still here. It was insanely well packaged. And the toy also came with, and they're still unopened in here, 3 pads. In fact, this was mentioned on the box. Comes with 3 pads and 3 pencils, so that you could, I guess, try to guess the correct math answer. And let's put this cover back on. Well, maybe we'll just set this aside in case we want to peek in there again. Let's just set that over here, out of the way. There we go. So the toy itself, let's close in more. Here we go. You have your eyes will light up with a plus or a minus, so you know whether you're adding or subtracting. There is a spiral on the very top of the head which rotates whenever the motor is on, which we'll hear because the motor could use some oil, and we'll hear it squeaking when it's running. You have your total button, that when you push this down, a light comes on and the numbers in there show the total. This is where you select your plus or your minus. When it's all the way over, there's a plus, which is flashing. Or if you went over this way, there's a minus, that's flashing. This is a clear in case things get jammed, so you can unjam it. But this is your normal calculate button, where you're ready to, or clear button, I don't know. Let's see if we can figure this thing out. So let's start by looking at the total. Is that on camera? Do I need to move in closer? Let's shuffle things around here and see if we can make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. Now you won't be able to see the eyes, I guess, this close, but so when we reveal the total, we can see it's all on 0 zeros. Okay, so that's good. So let's start by saying 2. I held the button. Now let's take a look at the total. Okay, it says 2. Now what do we want to do with that 2? Do we want to add something to it or subtract something from it? Well, let's go ahead and add something to it. Let's say 2 plus 6. I don't think I've ever pushed that button. Then let's take a look at the total. 2 plus 6, and it says 8. So let's try subtracting. Let's go minus. Let's say minus 3. So we push that and go for total. 8 minus 3 is 5. So it's working as a normal adding machine, and I believe this clears everything back to zeros to start over. Yeah, there we went. And if for some reason things got totally jammed up and not working, then that's what this is to help do, is unclear any jam that might have happened. So that's the basics of how the toy is meant to work. It operates with 3 D cells, which go down inside the bottom, 2 here and then 1 in the middle below that. It's all heavy metal construction. Is it back far enough to get the whole thing in? How's that? You have a screw, getting a back panel for getting into the back of it. Here's that very top. Let's see. If I show that and push this, then you see how it's turning, how slowly, but it is turning. So, it's an adding machine. All mechanical. Very interesting. Let's take a look at the guts. I have a flashlight over here that might help get light in when we're trying to see inside the guts. Now we're looking at the back side and taking a peek up inside some of the gears behind the keys. I'm not really sure where this light should be. Maybe it should be back here behind the camera. How's that? I think that's better. If you can kind of peer up in there. I mean, there's your one motor, and even it's got a brass gear on it. How can I hold this and try to push a key? Maybe you can see some sort of movement in there. You can see one little arm moving in there. Here's the clear register switch. Even this plus and minus lever up here has got gears buried down in there. So we can see it completes that contact when that's all the way over. For the plus and for the minus, and then this up here is the flasher that makes the eyes flash. So this selects which eye bulb is going to be lit, and this is what's going to make them flash. And when we pull the tally button, as you can see, that not only opens a door but also makes an electrical connection right here, which is what turns that small lamp on right there so that you can see the numbers. Very interesting. If you get up in there and you start counting all of the gears that are in there, all the metal gears, there's over 50, plus the springs. Now the only thing that even remotely looks like plastic gears is on those number wheels, and I can't tell. The number wheels are up in here where my finger is. You know, the backs of the number wheels. If we can get this light. Ooh, there we go. So now you can kind of see the back of the number wheels. They do have plastic teeth on them because the normal wheels themselves are plastic. But that would be the only plastic gears in this entire complex toy that's able to add and subtract. As I say, it came out in 1962, if I remember right. It was made in Japan. I don't know if there's anything else on here. I think we've looked. It's about as clean as an example is going to exist anywhere in the world. Especially when you have all of the inserts, which I'm taking out of the box right now just to make sure there isn't something else hidden in here. Ooh, yes, there is. See, I'm glad I did that. Pulled all the cardboard inserts out of the way. And this might have made the whole thing easier, because this is obviously going to be an instruction sheet. So again, go ahead and use your pause thing when you want to read stuff. So there you are. Had I read that to begin with, we would have known exactly how to operate it, how to clear, how to total, subtraction, addition, pushing numbers down, wait till the machine turns. Everything is there on this original instruction sheet. As we already looked at before, there's 3 pads and 3 pencils. So 3 people apparently could play at the same time. So there you have it. The Answer Game. It's a computerized mechanical robot answer game from 1962.